Hello everybody, this is Shaft of the UASL casting administrator here, and we've got some reports recently of maybe some misdeeds going on in the UASL. Not really sure about that just yet, but I am going to take and benchmark a couple of things and just do some comparisons. For some background information, XGS actually sent us these replays saying, hey, we think there might be something going on with this player or that player, and we're going to be taking a look at those replays here. There were 3 replays, so we'll see how many of them we need to go through before we can confirm or deny whether or not this is indeed the same person. Basically, here's the charge, here's the accusation. There's a guy named Panda Bear and a barcode. Barcodes have caused us all kinds of headache here at the UASL. We'll try to allow them this time, but people are still abusing them. So we have to be real careful. Whenever someone accuses a barcode of being the same person as a previous player, we look at certain pieces of evidence, namely hotkeys, like your hatcheries, where are you going to bind those to? Your overlords, how do you bind those? Where do you put your units? Where do you put your queens? These are Zerg games, by the way, so that's kind of why I was brought in, being a Zerg player myself. So, you know, with all that kind of just thrown out there here at the beginning, we'll be taking a look at, it's the XIG player, which means we'll go here and turn on control groups. Alright. So, let's just go ahead and get started. Yep, here's control groups. Okay, so the first thing I'm noticing here is he's got 3 rebinds of the same overlord on his 1, 2, 3 keys. So, that's, you know, where I'm looking at right now. Let's set this to ×2 speed. I want to go through these pretty quickly. Alright, so, production tab. We'll ×4 it for the moment. Alright, there's another overlord. He rebinds that to 3. Alright. And this is Good Love versus Barcode. He's got his main hatch on 4. Alright, oh, okay, so he puts his expansion there on 4 as well, and then, wait a sec, is this his main? Yeah, that's his main, okay. Slow this down just a little bit, getting a little too fast for me. Alright, so let's just see where he puts his units. His spawning pool is going to be finishing soon. I don't know if he makes units immediately or not. I'm not really looking at compositions or styles, because you can emulate people's styles. Being on teams with people, you know, you kind of learn each other's styles. What people don't bother learning are the micromanagement and macromanagement aspects of things, like your rebinds and stuff, because it's all muscle memory in the end. Alright, so he's got the same set of lings on 1, 2, and 3. And where's he putting his queens? Okay, so this is his main or his expansion queen? That's his main. That's his expansion. Alright. And then, okay, so he doesn't combine his queens at all. That's interesting. Usually, some players will put all queens on the same hotkey, which is what I was kind of expecting. Okay, so he's got banelings on 2, and he's got banelings on 3. Interesting. Hold on. Pause. Are these the same banelings? Yes. Okay. Alright, so just recap. He's got all his speedlings here, same groups of banelings on 2 and 3, and he's got double hatcheries on 4, his main queen on 5, his expansion queen on 6. Alright. Oh, we're now, so. Okay. We'll just keep watching. Okay, so did he create 2 new queens? Or are these the same queens? Nope, same queens. Alright, so, yeah. Alright, so basically, he's just combined the 2 queens onto control group 3. He's still got his banelings here on 2, and then control group 1. That really, having those those banelings on this group and that group, that was weird. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe he usually puts that there. I'm not 100% sure. But let's just speed on through the rest of this game. I've basically got enough information here. But I want to see, you know, if he ever Oh, now he's putting banelings back on that queen. Those queens. Let's see what he does. Hold on. I don't know why he put both queens on that hotkey and then take them off. Maybe he thought he was being attacked defensively or something. Okay, so he's being attacked again, and he's got... Alright, so here's what's happening. Whenever he feels like he's being pressured, he'll put these 2 queens on one hotkey. I'm taking it those are either for transfuses maybe, or to coordinate the 2 queens together. Of course, with that there, that's going to be really hard. But either way, okay. So we've got some benchmarks here. Let's quit out of this replay. And actually, I'll turn off the stream for a moment. Alright, and we're back. There we go. Okay, so already on our little checklist here, the barcode, who we think is Panda Bear Me, did put his first 3 overlords, or I'm sorry, his first overlord on these 3 hotkeys, and then yes, he did replace that 3rd one with the 2nd built overlord. So we can put a big check mark there. Next, we're looking to see where he puts his expand hatchery. We already see he's got his main hatchery here on 4. We saw before he liked to keep the main hatchery on 5 once he combined it with 4. So it looks like this is going to be the same setup. Let's see if it is. If I can predict everything this guy does, I'm going to go ahead and confirm this. Now, he may not use exactly the same build order, so there's hard to say when he's going to actually expand, but whenever he does, we want to see if that's going to be on 4. Alright, and actually, if you remember, just for a second, he had this guy on set to 1, and then his very next drone he sets to 1. So he did the spawning pool. Last game he didn't scout, so he didn't do this step, but he did rebind it almost instantly. It's like he grabs it, this hits control 1, waits for exactly the amount of resources, and then goes and builds it with that hotkey, which is actually pretty good, but it's not something you see people do every day. So again, moving that out. Alright. Didn't predict that, but I do remember it happening last game. I just didn't think to write it down. And there's another hatchery going down. This time it's this one right here. I guess it wasn't a scout. He just rebinds it for building all things. Again, matching last game apparently. Excuse me. Now we want to see what he does with this hatch. If he hits shift 4 here and he's in, you know, from now until the time this hatchery finishes, excuse me, I got the hiccups like a motherfucker. Then yeah, we are well on the way to confirming this is the barcode, and boom, there it is. Didn't even have to wait long. All right, so we've got the expand hatchery on 1, which happened last game and this game. We've got the pull on 1 happened this game and last game. He's added the main hatch and his expansion to 4. He's rebound all his overlords the same. This guy's following step in step. I can see why this was reported. Now, at 4 minutes in the last game, he had lings bound to 1, 2, and 3. All 3 control groups. So let's see if he does that again. Is finishing for his opponent now. Still no lings out for either player. Alright, Panda starting his lings. He's got those bound to 1. Alright, so this might not be him. He didn't set it on all 3. Alright, so we've got a maybe here. Oh, he just did it. Oh. His main queen set to 5, his second queen set to 6. He has not put both queens on 3 yet. This is, okay, so Basically, if we see any of that banelings in 2 and 3, like the same group of banelings, or he rebinds his queens defensively to his 3rd key, like we're gonna have to put a nail in this coffin. Oh, he's got the same banelings. The same banelings. 2 and 3. I'm gonna give this the benefit of the doubt, guys. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's see if we can get Good Love to attack Panda. And if he does attack Panda, then we'll know whether or not he puts his queens defensively on 3. Because if he does, that's the final giveaway. At this point, it's pretty much a done deal anyway, but I really, really don't want this to be cheating. Cheating in the UASL is muy no bueno. We take very harsh stands against it, though, guys, so if this is indeed the case, don't you worry. These guys will be punished. Alright, still no attack here from Good Love. This is like a giant if-then statement, guys. Still no attack from Good Love. We never made it to a 3rd base last time, so maybe defensively he's not going to do that with the queens. I don't know. Hard to say just yet. There might not even be an attack, hell. It's hard to say. Get over to the micro. Ah, leading singles. Oh, this is Zergler soaked, so eventually we're gonna have to attack. Well, now he seems to have some other kind of unit composition on 3. Those are his Mutalisks. Yeah, he's not gonna unbind those. Alright, so it's 10 minutes in. We still haven't seen an attack from Good Love. Panda Bear is now occupying this 3 key, which he had been using defensively for his queens. There's still no attack yet, so we don't know whether he does that. Yet everything on my list has been checked off, and this isn't even denied. This is just the situation never arose. So yeah, this has to be confirmed. There's no other real way to really argue that this is not the same guy, Panda Bear and Barcode. Anyone, please feel free to put your feedback in the comment section. If you disagree, if you don't think this is the right guy, then please speak your mind. But I think most reasonable people will probably find the exact same conclusions I did. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is Shaft of the Planet Casting Crew, as well as the UASL. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, thanks for being awesome. Bye-bye.